So, hello everyone. It's me and Josh again.
Yeah. Are we talking about Burger King or just focusing on the AI pictures?
Well, you give your thoughts on Burger King first.
Well, I didn't mind my fish sandwich. I didn't really mind the chicken or fries, but Adrian has a much lower opinion of what he had, to the point where we're probably never coming back to this Burger King again.
Yeah, we're definitely not coming back here. The food was not good.
Okay, back to Harvey's it is then.
Harvey's or McDonald's?
Harvey's or McDonald's. I can handle that.
Okay, so you ready for the categories?
Yeah, let's have the categories. Oh, I got to get my phone out and put them in...
The calculator?
I have to get the calculator. And I also have to get a notepad out so I can get the averages.
You don't have to put the averages in the notepad, just in the calculator.
Yes, I do need to put the averages in the notepad, because otherwise how are we going to keep track of them?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So the categories are your 3 a.m. drink.
All right, hold on a second here.
Unique fountains.
Unique fountains, okay. That sounds unique.
Beds.
Beds.
Round 3 of the milkshakes.
Milkshakes. I drink your milkshake.
Animal armies.
Animal armies. Yep.
Unique trains. And footwear Crocs.
Crocs, okay. Let's begin with the milkshake, since that was pretty popular last time.
Okay, what were the finals? What was the averages of round 1 and 2 again?
Oh, I don't have those. I'm sorry. I deleted it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Okay, so for round 3, do you want to have a Snickers milkshake?
Oh, yes, I absolutely do. That looks really good.
Though, probably take out the wrapper.
Yeah, I guess I can, we'll dock 1 point for the fact that there's a wrapper there. 9.
Okay, so for January, do you want a Fanta milkshake?
I'm not as thrilled with Fanta as with the other ones. Let's give that a 6.
A 6?
Yeah, I can see how some other people would like that.
Okay, for February, it's Colgate.
No, you do not want a toothpaste milkshake. 2.
Okay. Sorry. For March, it's a cheese shake.
Well, that would be interesting. I would like to try it. I'll give it a 7 at least.
Not for me.
I know not for you, but I would at least like to take a sip to see what it tastes like.
Okay, for April, we have Dr. Pepper.
Okay, I'm going to give that a 7, but only because I'm not a fan of Dr. Pepper.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
It's too disgusting. Okay, for May, it's a ketchup shake.
No, you're giving that a 3. You don't give that ketchup shake. You don't give a shake to ketchup, sorry.
Especially with a french fry.
Well, the french fry might be good, but, you don't put french fries in ice cream. That would get soggy very quickly.
And the ketchup seems to be on the whipped cream, too.
Ugh, that is not a good combination.
Okay, for June, we have a Skittles shake.
Skittles are good normally, but they don't make... you don't want to bite down on them, so they take a long time to eat it, so I'm going to give that a 7.
A 7, okay. For July, it's a Dunkin' Donuts.
That'd probably be okay. I'd give it an 8.
For August, it's a Sprite shake.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Sprite. 5.
Neither am I.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I'm not a fan of soft drink milkshakes.
Okay, for September, it's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's weird. I will try it. I'd give it a 7, though.
Okay, for October, the standard Oreo shake.
That looks nice. Give it a 9.
For November, you get sour cream and onion flavored milkshake.
Well, I'd like to see how that tastes. The chips would probably get really crumbly and soggy. Let's give it an 8.
And I get Takis.
Ugh, I'm not gonna take that. It's a 4.
82.
So we're gonna divide that by 13. That is a 6.3.
A 6.31.
Yeah, 6.31. Let's shift away from food and go to Crocs. I'd like to see the Crocs next.
Okay. Do you want to wear this as your Crocs?
An Oreo Croc?
Yeah.
Is the Croc made of Oreos?
No, I think it's just branding.
Those would look pretty good. I'm going to give that a 7.
Okay. For January, it's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's kind of weird. I don't want to put chicken on my feet. Let's give that a 6.
Again, it's.
I know that's branding. It's not actual chicken on the shoes. I don't love KFC that much to do that.
Okay, for February, it's Pepsi.
I'm not a fan of Pepsi. Give that a 7.
Okay, for March, Dr. Pepper.
I'm not a fan of Dr. Pepper. Give it a 5.
Okay, for April, it's Lay's potato chips.
No, I wouldn't wear them. Give it a 6.
Okay, for May, it's Mountain Dew.
Those look hilarious. I'd wear that just for fun, to make it seem funny. 8.
Okay, for June, it's Coca-Cola.
I'm going to give that a 7. They look nice. If I could get I like the color.
For July, it's Fanta.
I'm not a fan of Fanta. Let's give that a 5.
For August, it's McDonald's Crocs.
Well, those actually look pretty cool without the McDonald's thing. I'm going to give that an 8. I'd like to see those yellow Crocs.
Okay. For September, it's 7-Up.
Oh, those are some nice green Crocs. Give it a 7.
Okay. For October, it's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Well, I'm a fan of Reese's Cups. So let's give it a 7.
Okay. For November, you get Doritos.
No. Give that a 5.
And I get Pringles.
That's a little bit of a weird branding there. I don't know what that's supposed to be the Pringles guy, but his face is all smushed up. So let's give it a 6.
An 84.
So that's a 6.46.
Yep.
Okay, now before we continue, I'm just gonna
Get the air on.
I'm gonna open the windows because it's getting very stuffy in here.
Okay.
Right. Okay, next up, let's try, I want to see the unique fountains.
Okay. Do you want to have a cereal fountain for... Oh. Yeah, Mom said, oh, babe, that sucks.
Okay, that's...
Okay, so do you want a cereal fountain?
That looks like it's pretty cool with the milk. That is milk, right?
Yes, it is.
If that's milk, then yes, that would be very useful. I'd give that an 8.
Okay. For January, you get a slime fountain.
Nope, give that a 1. It would be cool, but I wouldn't use it to drink from or for anything that you use a fountain for.
For February, it's lobster.
A lobster fountain?
Yeah.
That seems very useless. Give it a 2. Lobsters don't even like being outside of the water, so...
For March, it's a Lego fountain.
Now, that seems pretty useless. What would you use a Lego fountain for? Give it a 2. The fountain appears to be made having water, but it's just crammed with Legos. That's stupid.
Okay, for April, it's a muffin fountain.
Well, I mean, I like muffins and I like fountains, but those muffins would get soggy very quickly. 3. Sorry, a lot of these are not very well thought out.
Okay, for May, it's a nacho cheese fountain.
Now, that is something I could get behind. Give it a 9.
Okay.
Remember what happens if someone tries to shake your cheese, right?
Not your cheese.
Yes, nacho cheese.
For June, it's a goldfish fountain.
Well, that's a good idea, except those goldfish wouldn't be able to coexist in the water. That's way too much goldfish. And someone has to be very careful to take care of the goldfish. You know what goldfish...
your calculator's starting to go away?
What do you mean? Oh, okay. You know what you can get with the... You know what you can get with a... Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, what was the one before that? I think I missed one. I missed writing it down. Yeah, I gave the 9 a 9. 8, 1, 2, 3, 9. Did I miss one?
No.
Oh, 1, January, February, March, April, May, and then June, right? We're on June.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Well, it's a good idea, but those goldfish would die very easily. 4.
Okay. For July, it's a pickle fountain.
Well, I mean, I like pickles, but I don't think that fountain would smell very good after a while. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. For August, it's a bee fountain.
That's a terrible idea. 1.
Yeah, I wouldn't even step foot outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's too many bees.
Yes.
Okay, for September, it's a chocolate fountain.
Now, that's a wonderful idea. Give it a 10. There are actual chocolate fountains that exist, you know.
Yes, I know. Okay, for October, it's money and gold.
That's 10. I'd give it an 11 if I could.
Okay, how about for the next round of AI, we can bump up the scores from 1 to 20.
No, that's too hard.
Okay, then...
I think we can we make 11 like the highest score and 0 the lowest score?
Yes.
Okay, But the 11s are special, but not for this time around. And 0s are for really, really bad.
Yes.
Okay. We got to keep it normal because I really don't know what the difference between a 13 and a 14 is, but I know what the difference between a 9 and an 8 is.
Okay.
Next.
For November, you get lemonade.
Are you sure that's lemonade?
What do you think it is?
We're going to go with the idea that that's lemonade and give it an 8. We're going to be generous.
Okay. And for December, it's a snow fountain.
Well, that looks pretty. I mean, you can't really do anything with it. You can't get anything from it. But it is pretty, so let's give it an 8.
A 70.
Divided by 13 is 5.38. So not a very high score for the fountains.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to animal armies.
Okay. So, do you want a bunch of bears for your animal army?
Oh, absolutely. I want a bunch of bears for my animal army. I'm going to give those bears a 9.
Because there's some grizzly bears, some black bears, some polar bears.
Yep, no, that's a very strong army of bears. I really like to have that army on my side.
Okay, for January, it's iguanas.
Well, those are pretty huge lizards, and they got some pretty nasty claws and stuff. They're not as effective. I don't think they'd be as effective as the bears, though, so I'm going to give them a 7.
A 7, okay. For February, it's koala bears.
Well, koalas can be kind of vicious when provoked, but they're not the most, they're not the best fighters, so I'm going to give them a 5. Sorry, koalas.
Okay, for February, it's killer whales.
Oh, killer whales are terrifying. They're like the mafia of the ocean, so yes, give them a 9. Assuming they're as vicious as regular killer whales, and they can.
And look, some of them are actually flying.
Yeah, that would be pretty terrifying if they were flying in on foot too.
Okay, for April, this time we have real lions and
some flying lions. Yeah, that flying lion bumps it up to a 10. I don't know what you could do against a flying lion. It'd be on top of you in a minute.
Yeah. Okay, for May, it's a bunch of penguins.
Now penguins are would be if they are actually disciplined and organized, they can swarm you pretty well. But they're not as strong as some of the other options we've seen on this list, so an 8 for the penguins.
Okay. For June, we have a bunch of eagles.
Well, eagles can be pretty terrifying predators, so give them a 9. They don't have as much they're not as strong on the ground as, the bears or whoever.
For July, it's an army of kitty cats.
Those kitty cats are adorable, but they're not a very good army. Give them a 3. Sorry, kitty cats.
Well, wait a minute. One of them is actually flying.
One flying cat? I don't know about that. It seems there are more than one flying cats if you look in the background, but I still don't think they could do much damage. They look pretty sweet.
Okay, for August, it's armored rhinos.
Oh, armored rhinos would be devastating. If you got an army of those guys charging at you, you're done. Give it a 10. They also got some pretty scary warhammers, too.
For September, we have cheetahs.
Oh, cheetahs have a extreme speed advantage, but they're not as strong as some of the other ones. So give them a 9. I don't know what that thing is. That thing looks like something out of a Marvel movie.
Okay. For October, we have kangaroos.
Well, they're assuming the kangaroos are good with bows and arrows, so they're pretty good ranged attack, and they would be pretty devastating up front with the punches. But they're not as vicious killers as the other ones, so I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay. For November, you get an army of hamsters.
No, the hamsters get even lower than the kitty cats. 2. Even though they got swords, they would probably just poke it into my people's legs. That would hurt and it'd be annoying.
And December, I got killer dolphins.
Dolphins are very intelligent, so they'd be very good strategists. And they can strike you pretty good with those noses, but they don't really have much beyond the noses. So let's give them an 8.
A 96.
This is the highest score yet. 7.38 for the animal armies.
7.38.
All right. Next we will do. Let's go to an old favorite in beds.
Okay. So, do you want this as your bed?
It doesn't look like it's very comfortable. It looks like an interesting cheese concept, but the mattress part of it or whatever that's supposed to be looks very hard. I'm going to give that a 4.
Okay. For January, you got a giant cookie.
Now that does look comfy.
Yeah, and the cookie part actually kind of looks like bedding.
Yeah, it does look very comfy. I'm going to give that a 9.
Okay.
Like a nice.
For February, you get chocolate.
Well, it does look good, but it's probably going to be very hard to sleep on. I'm going to give it a 5 though.
Okay. For March, you got pancakes.
Well, is that stuff actually on the floor? Is that actual syrup with butter?
Yeah, it seems to be dripping onto the floor.
Man, we don't want anything that's dripping. Sorry, 3.
Okay.
Actually, no. Make it a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
For April, you get a giant book.
Oh, that looks cool, but I don't understand what's with all those lights hanging down from the top.
Yeah, that would be very distracting.
Yeah, and I hope that you could actually move the covers there. I'm gonna give it a 5. Good concept, weird execution.
Okay, for May, it's a rundown bedroom.
That's a 1.
Okay.
I'm only doing that because I can't give them a 0. Next, please.
For April, your bed is in between the stingers of a jellyfish.
Well, I don't think that's an actual jellyfish. It just looks like a jellyfish. Or are we assuming that it is an actual jellyfish?
No, it looks like a fake jellyfish.
Okay, a fake jellyfish, that looks pretty cool. And I like the light, it's very relaxing. So let's give that a nice 8.
Okay. For July, you got Candyland.
Oh, that's a pretty cool concept. Assuming that the bed can actually be slept in and is not hard, I give it a 7.
Okay. For August, your bed is in the water.
Like it's actually underwater?
It looks like it's in that water chamber.
Then, I mean, even though it looks cool, I'm not going to spend much time underwater sleeping. Give it a 1.
Okay.
And you can't really sleep underwater. You wouldn't last very long.
September, you get the clouds.
Oh, the clouds are very nice. That looks like a very relaxing, but I don't know. But I hope you can turn those lights off. So we're give it an 8.
Okay. For October...
Well, that looks like the bed is actually made of lava. So
No, the floor is made out of lava.
So how do you get to it?
Jump on the hard lava and go right onto the bed.
And it seems kind of dangerous, too.
For November, you get cockroaches.
That is a 1. I would give it a 0 if I could.
And for December, I get a giant croissant.
That's a weird bed.
Just push the croissant off the bed.
Well, if I push the croissant off the bed, it does look like a nice bed. But since the croissant can't be ignored, we're going to bring it down to a 6.
A 59.
Yeah, this is a very low score. 4.53 for the beds. Sorry, beds.
Okay.
Right. Let's move on to the trains.
Okay. So, do you want this as your train?
Well, that would be a cool train to ride on. So I would assume that it is an 8.
That is a very creepy Joker smile.
It's a very cool, creepy Joker smile, but it's a cool train to ride on.
Okay, do you want a Lamborghini train?
That looks really cool. Give it a 9.
For February, a slime train.
Well, the train's actually dripping slime, so I don't really think I don't know what it would be like inside. I'm going to assume it's dripping slime inside, so we're going to give that a 2.
Okay. For March, you get a gorilla as your train.
Well, that's kind of creepy and scary, but then you're not even as good as the Joker. Like a Joker train would be cool. A gorilla train is just, why is there a giant gorilla face on the front? Give it a 6.
Okay, for April, your train is made out of tennis balls.
Well, that would fall apart pretty quickly. Give it a 5.
For May, you get a cheese train.
Oh, is the train made of cheese?
Well, it says cheese right there.
Yeah, I don't think so. 5.
Okay. For June, you get Spider-Man.
That's a cool train. Give it a 9. Especially since Spider-Man has been on a number of subway trains in his day.
For July, a lava train.
That doesn't even make any sense. Give it a 2.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
For August, you get pink carpet for your train.
Well, that seems pretty comfy. It's a bit silly, though, with the pink color. So let's give it a 7.
Okay. For September, a gold train.
Now, that looks cool. Give it a 9.
But wait a minute, we're not Donald Trump.
No, I know we're not Donald Trump. He probably wouldn't want a gold train. He probably doesn't ride a train.
Okay, for October, a snow train.
Well, if it's that cold inside, I wouldn't like it. Give it a 3.
Okay, for November.
No, give that a 1. Rotten train that probably doesn't even work.
And for December, I get the rainbow train.
Well, that does look cool, but there's a bit of let's give the rainbow train a good old-fashioned 7. And that comes to 5.61.
So one category left.
Yep, the 3 a.m. drink. I don't know what a 3 a.m. drink is specifically, so I'm interested to see.
Do you want Gatorade as your 3 a.m. drink?
Well, that could be useful if I was very dehydrated, but I don't normally drink Gatorade. Give it a 7.
Okay. For January, you got Fanta.
No, too sugary, and I would be peeing a lot. Give it a 5. I don't like sugary drinks that late at night.
For February, it's Red Bull.
No, I don't want a Red Bull at 3 in the morning. It's gonna keep, unless I need to stay awake. I could probably use it if I needed to stay awake. Give it a 4. But you don't want an energy drink at 3 a.m. At 3 a.m. I want to be asleep.
Oh my god. Okay, for March, you get a margarita.
I don't want to really be drinking alcohol at 3 a.m., but as drinks go, it's okay. Let's give it a 6.
Okay, for April, you get an empty glass.
That's very stupid. 1.
Okay, for May, you get
Yep, go ahead.
you get Everclear.
Nope, you do not want to ever be drinking Everclear. That stuff is very toxic. It's really low quality alcohol. Give it a 2.
Okay, for June, you get a pink drink from Starbucks.
Too sugary, not something I would really be having. 4. It also looks like it's half finished too, so I don't hope so. I don't want to fish it out of the trash can. What? It might have been done.
Okay, for July, you get a standard water bottle.
Now that's a great idea. Give it a 9. That is, or actually give that a 10. That is what I would drink if I had a choice. Can't go wrong with a water bottle.
Okay, for August, you get hot chocolate.
Well, that would be a good idea if I was really cold and needed to warm up and I had been out very late. So give it a 7.
Okay, for September, you get chocolate milk.
Another good idea, but not something that you would have regularly. 8.
Okay, for October, you get Kool-Aid.
I'd rate that as the same as the Gatorade. Let's give it a 6.
Okay, for November, you get a Heineken.
1 Heineken is probably not a terrible idea, but it's not a great idea either. Let's give it a 5.
And for December, I get whiskey.
Yes, you don't want to be drinking that at 3 a.m. Give it a 4.
A 69.
Yep, it's 5.3.
Okay.
5.30, which put 5.31. Let's say that's at the lowest. Then we have unique fountains. Oh, no, sorry, that's not the lowest. The beds are 4.53. Then the 3 a.m. drink 5.31. The unique fountains 5.38. The unique trains 5.61. The milkshake 6.31. The 6.46 with the Crocs, and finally the Animal Armies at 7.38.
Good job.
Nice. All right, let's go to the movie.
Yeah, because it's 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.